Alright, g'day everyone, welcome back to another video. I'm in the editing room today, so I'll be showing you how I rig my swim baits for Big Flathead for this summer. So the weather's starting to warm up, the big girls are starting to sit in the shallows, and we're going to start throwing some big swim baits for them. Probably till now, up all the way till probably March, as bullfish for them, so we're sort of looking in that sort of 1 to 3 metre range. I've been modifying these swim baits a bit lately, probably over the last 12 months. I found a new sort of way on how I do it. I actually had one flathead slip off a split ring from the bead not too long, well, about 12 months ago now. And as soon as that happened, I wanted to do a new rigging style straight away. So yeah, I didn't want that to happen again. It was probably a high 80s fish. And yeah, I will not do that again. So we're going to do a new option. It's been really good actually, especially the hookup rate. I've barely dropped any lizards doing this. So it involves some BKK Fangs. This is the size 2. We've found that's probably the best size. We've got the BKK Assist. So that's the 100mm Assist Cord. So this particular one's 127 kilo. You can go the lighter one. I find the 90mm up to about a 110 is suited for the 6-inch swim baits. So 100mm is pretty spot on there. So you can go the lighter weight too if you can get them. So, and then I've just got a 1/4 ounce 7.0. Yeah, 1/4 ounce 7.0. It's just that perfect sort of length for these 6-inch plastics that I'm going to show you. And for the final piece, these guys right here, the Maniax new Live Ops 6-inch range from Nomad. So yeah, we used these the other day and we did quite well on them. They have a really good wobble action, and I reckon they'll be the go-to this summer. So get on them. They're available at BCF and on the Nomad website if you want to check them out. So yeah, that one there is the mullet colour. The pearl's a good colour, and the pearl shimmer is also a good colour as well. So my top 3 colours there. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so that's what the end result's going to look like. That one there is the pearl white. So as you can see, the treble sits at the bottom. It's tucked in with the cord feeding through there, out into the top of the plastic. So that's what it should look like in the end. I forgot to mention too, a bait needle is needed for this, so you can pick these up at BCF. They're pretty cheap from memory for like a 4-pack. I think they might be like, I don't know, $5 to $10, something like that. So you will need a bait needle. Okay. So there is the Maniax swim bait from Nomad, and then the Live Ops range. So we'll get him out. Alright, the first step is the Jighead. Now they do pre-rigged swim baits in these, but for shallower water they sink a little bit too heavy, so that's why we've modified them today. So we're going to feed it through like a normal plastic. Actually, it's all guessing at the moment. I actually didn't check where that's going to roughly come out from. It's pretty good first attempt. As you can see, that's rigged on. It's pretty straight. So that's the first step. Now we'll get our assist cord. So they come in like a 5-pack, I believe, or 4-pack, that might be. So that's the 100mm. So 90mm is good, 100mm is good, and 110s can probably be a little bit long for these. So I probably would avoid 110. Stick with 90 and 100 is what I would run. So time for the Fang trebles to go on. Size 2 I found is probably the best size for a 6-inch plastic. So what we're going to do is we're going to feed the assist cord through the eye, and then with the other end we're going to go through that loop. That goes through the loop. Alright. Pull down tight. So that's just looped on that treble now. Then we want to grab the bait needle. Get the loop opened up. Put the needle through the loop. Now the bait needles have a little clip down the bottom here, so I usually get it snugged into there, right? So you can go straight down the middle there, but I like to put it through underneath the belly so the cord is tucked away. So what I'll do, try to go along the shank of the hook as best you can without touching it. So pierce that needle through, and then we want to come up around the middle, around the top section here. So there we go. Pierce through. Just keep feeding it through. Grab that bait needle, keep pulling, keep pulling. Now you need to sort of grip it towards the lower end and just pinch your fingers around where it's coming through, just so the treble doesn't come flying up and hitting you. So pinch that, there we go. It's through. I'm going to pull that assist cord out. Okay, so I like to get a little half hitch around the eye here of the jig head. So what we'll do, this is probably the trickiest part, is get that loop fanned back out, put the main bit of cord right through the loop. So push the loop down into the main bit of the assist cord, and then it creates another loop. Alright, it's just a bigger loop essentially, and then you can tighten it down. That's why we do that. So once that's on, pull the cord down near the treble to tighten it on. Alright, so that's latched on to the eye now. And then we'll get the end of the treble, and I just pinch it underneath the belly, just with one treble, so it just stays. There's a little gap there. If you want to put it on there, you can create your own gap. Alright, so that's the final product. So when you put your leader around the eye here, that assist cord isn't going anywhere unless you get snapped off. And if you get snapped off, well then you've lost the whole thing. So that essentially isn't going anywhere, that cord. Now this is rated to 127 kilos, so it's going to take a lot for a flathead to get through that. But yeah, the assist cord sort of just tucks underneath the belly there, so it's pretty much tucked away. But yeah, that's the final piece, guys, and that's what we'll be using. Well, that's what I'll be using mostly this summer. But yeah, these guys have an unreal action in the water. So this sink's pretty slow, so a 1/4 ounce is probably the key for that sort of 1 to maybe max 3 meter sort of range. So you can change the jig head suiting the depth of what you're going to fish. So you can have a couple set up with, like, you know, a 3/8 or 1/6 if you want to go really shallow. But yeah, I find that's probably the perfect weight is the 1/4 for the 6-inch. For the 8-inch ones, do not use a 1/4. They are very buoyant. We got out there and had a quick cast before we left, and they floated on the 1/4. So do not use a 1/4 on the 8-inch ones. So I'd go up to a 3/8 for that, or even bigger. You have to play around with it. But yeah, that's a 6-inch, guys. And that is how I'm going to be rigging for this summer for big lizards. Alright guys, hopefully you learn a little bit from that, and hopefully you can test that out this summer. So again, that's the finished product right there. That is the 6-inch Nomad Live Ops Maniax, rigged modified. Hopefully I'm predicting this is one of the better seasons we're going to have. And yeah, we've already got a few in the 80s, so we sort of want to push that 90 mark this season. We've pushed to 90 each season, so I got a 93 last season and a 92 the season before. I love a meter, but yeah, we'll see how we go. We'll probably be up chasing them probably once a month or twice a month, I reckon, at best. So don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Share it around if you found it useful. A fortnightly video can keep rolling. It's been going for the last couple of weeks, so if you've got any questions, pop them in the comments below. I'll try to get to each and every comment as best as I can. Alright, see you guys.